Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? Gabriel Santos here. Good to be with y'all. Good to see y'all. If you're new here to the channel, it's your first time meeting me. My name is Gabriel Santos, and the intent and goal of this video and this channel is to support and empower you in your life in whatever way best works for you, and specifically to help raise people's vibration overall. But specifically those who find themselves disempowered in their marijuana use, their marijuana relationship. Um, and as a result, people identify as addicted or dependent or feel like they don't have a sense of control and clarity with not only their usage, but how it fits with the rest of their life. Okay, so I can totally relate with you in all that. Okay, I used to not used to smoke all the time, but I used to be very deep in addiction and dependence, and so much suffering, so much guilt. I went from someone who was highly productive, highly motivated, highly inspired, to someone who was like a deadbeat burnout. And just as a disclaimer before I really get into this video, everything I share is of my own experience and own opinion and my own like personal self-study. And all I'm sharing is what has worked for me. Take what works for you and disregard what doesn't. This is all about what works. Okay, this is all about what works. And in my in my search for answers and solutions with weed addiction and dependence, I couldn't find one particular resource or program or group or community that really gave me what I was looking for, right? And so the stuff I share on this channel, especially in regards to marijuana use, it's mostly a product of like me grabbing from 1,000 different resources, okay? Books, self-help programs, personal life coaches, drug counselors, okay? People way smarter than me, okay? All right, so I don't know what I titled this video, but it's something along the lines of, an in-your-face message about your marijuana use and yourself. Okay, so this video is for people who find themselves struggling or not happy with their marijuana use, and as a result, not happy with themselves. For people who feel stuck, like stuck. And what I mean by stuck is, you're trying to figure out this marijuana thing. Like, the hell's going on? You say you want to take a break and then you try, but you don't follow through. You say you want moderation, you try, but you don't follow through. Let's say you try and you follow through, but it doesn't last. And you just see yourself going in this cycle of like making a good change and then like going backwards, making a good change, going backwards, making a good change, going backwards. And so my hope is that the message I'm about to share with you is gonna, support you and kind of open your eyes a little bit, okay? And it might even piss some of you off, okay? And like trigger you. All right, so this is a mindset belief to try on, okay? It's what works for me. Here it is. Whether or not I use marijuana, how my life ends up going is 100% on me. Whether I smoke weed or not, my life is 100% my responsibility. How I feel is my responsibility. My beliefs and perceptions of the world is my responsibility. How I choose to act with my body, the actions I take with my body are my responsibility. And basically all results that I experience are a product of my responsibility. Now there is room for like divine grace and things like that, but as I'm talking about myself here, as someone who values self-growth, moving forward, and personal power, that by default, I automatically give up the right to be a victim and blame things outside of myself for how things are going. Okay, and so what immediately comes up for me there, and maybe for you too, is this sense of stress and guilt, and maybe like fear, like, oh wait, it's all on me, like, oh no, it's all on me, it's all on me, versus, and that right there is already an example of, where taking responsibility would support you, right? It's like if you're someone who heard this and you're like, oh my God, what? Oh my God, no, I'm responsible. And so that's, if I had to offer you some coaching, like take a deep breath real quick, like, and take responsibility for that reaction. It's okay to have like a knee-jerk reaction, but if you want to be someone who's consciously creative and in control of your life, ask yourself, does my knee-jerk reaction support me? Does it make me feel good? Does it empower me? If the answer is yes, good. If the answer is no, change it. Right? If your reaction off the bat was like, oh my God, no, that's too much for me, I don't want to, does that feel good to you? If it does, keep it. If it doesn't, try something else. And try, you don't have to reach for the stars. And I don't mean that to disempower you. I mean that to support you. So for example, if you're someone who really doesn't believe in yourself, but you want to, try at least, maybe a belief you can take on is I know I'm not perfect. I know I have a ways to go, but I'm willing to try. As opposed to that's too much. Oh my gosh, right? And so the power of language truly can't be understated. Our words, they're so powerful, right? It's such a big difference between and here's the thing, our monkey mind brains are gonna spew out absolute foolery. I'm sorry, absolute foolery, unless we take control of it, unless we direct it, okay? Because it's like a stupid idiot caveman child that doesn't know what it's fucking talking about. I'm talking about the monkey mind chatter. Okay, and to put it to some more neutralized perspective, our brains are 2 billion years old, and they're designed to help us survive, not be happy, not be fulfilled, not be consciously creative. No, it's built to help us survive. Okay, and as a result, it very easily finds stress and problems when there isn't stress or problems. Okay, not at the same level that our brain reacts. Okay, my point being, our brain literally designed a mechanism over time that oh, if I see a dangerous animal, if I see a poisonous plant, if I see a dangerous situation, a literally life-threatening situation out in the world, we're gonna put on the stress hormones, cortisol, fight or flight, boom, 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 boom. And that helps us, right? Because yeah, if a robber shows up in your house, you gotta go. There's no time to think. If a fire is in your house, you gotta go. There's no time to think. And that's really primal, right? But the issue is that primal survival mechanism is still at play for shit that it doesn't need to be used for. Okay, so let's say you're someone who is insecure about, your weight. And so anytime you're in public, your brain is on survival lookout of okay, who's gonna make fun of me if I'm fat? Who's gonna, all this, and it's oh, who do I need to avoid? What survival mechanism do I need to put in play? My point is we no longer have a lot of physical dangers that threaten us. We have a lot of emotional and psychological dangers that threaten us. Okay, but they're not even true threats, but our brain processes them as threats. That's why meditation is a very common practice. Okay, because basically what meditation is, and there's many forms of it, okay, you don't have to just sit down and be if that works for you, great. You can have physical meditation, go for a walk, go for a hike. Be present with your food, be present with the person in front of you, okay? So, my trail of thought kind of evaporated into thin air there, but hopefully that made sense, okay? But truly, y'all, whether or not you smoke weed or not, your life has to be done by you, okay? Stop making marijuana the scapegoat. Stop making marijuana stop making marijuana responsible for two things. One, like how you feel. Stop making it responsible for how you feel. And two, stop making it responsible for if your life's going well or not. Like, consider that if your life's going well, it's because of you and the decisions you're making and the responsibility you're taking for your life and how you feel. Okay? I gotta hammer this home again. Let's say someone cut you off when you're driving, right? They cut off in front of you. One person reacts in rage, another person doesn't react at all. Now you can argue like, okay, his personality or maybe their experiences in the past, but dude, if you want if being a road rager supports you in that moment, then great. But if you don't want to be a road rager, if anger doesn't support you, if you don't want to be a reactive, triggered, emotional mess, then do something about it. All right, and that's why meditation works so well, because what meditation do, I think I'm going in circles here, but what meditation does is it creates a gap between the monkey mind and basically your soul, your truth, your spirit. Okay, because consider that when your nervous system, when our survival mechanism isn't fucking blasting off survival, and you're actually calm in a good place, like life is different. Life is different, all right? So your life is going to go how it's going to go as a product of you. As a product of you. If it goes well and you're smoking weed, it's not because you're smoking weed, it's because of you. You're the one that makes it go well, including with the weed. And if it goes well without the weed, that's because of you. You make that happen. If it goes bad, and this is my point, guys, you can stop smoking and your life can still be shit. Okay, but this is not my goal is to break this mindset of like, oh, if I smoke weed, my life is bad. If I don't smoke weed, my life is good. Like, stop putting the onus on marijuana. Stop putting the onus on marijuana. Like, marijuana is not the one holding you hostage about your life. It's you. It's you. Okay? Like, the thoughts come up. Okay, you say on Tuesday night, I'm not gonna smoke tomorrow. I'm gonna stay focused and stay grounded and have discipline. And then Wednesday morning shows up. It's time to actually be disciplined, and you fucking smoke. Okay, and so it's like, all right, if you're gonna break your word, then say it. Like if you're gonna quit and fail, then say it. Okay. But don't say you're gonna do something and then go against your plan and then say, oh, and I want to be very sensitive here because I know that feeling. I know the feeling of being completely a victim to marijuana. I know what it's like to have no personal power, and so I don't want to make fun of you. And I don't want to stress you out because I know for some people, if you're deeply, deeply, deep in addiction and dependence, it's you may feel completely out of touch and out of disconnected from like the fact that you have a say in your life. You have a say in your decisions. You have a say in how things are going with you and weed. I get it. So, maybe again, take what resonates you in this video and just disregard what doesn't support you. All right. So anyways, I kind of waffled on, if you will. Shouts out to my London, England people. That's a term I got from them, waffling on. But anyways, y'all, yeah, just consider that you can make your life go well with or without weed. Imagine I'm handing over you this contract. Imagine the universe is handing over you this contract, okay, for you to consider signing. And the contract says in big bold letters, I am willing to be 100% responsible for my life reality. Name, signature, date. And I remember years ago when that concept first came up to me, be 100% responsible for my life. I was like, what? Wait, what? Right? And so that's a game changer right there, y'all. And in my book, that's like the second chapter. It's like there is no way you're going to get out of this unless you become 100% responsible. because then you'll always give yourself the option to blame and to cop out with no fucking accountability. Like, nah, man. Our lives are on us. Okay? If I'm driving a car and I turn right, it's because I grabbed the wheel, spun it right, and so we went right. And so if you smoke weed and life doesn't go well, it's because you're smoking weed and you're making decisions for life not to go well. And so it's like, just see where you're fucking yourself over and cut it out. I know that's easier said than done, but you know, the one leap I know many people can take right now is, I'm gonna stop being a fucking victim to this whole fucking situation. Just grow a pair of balls, if you will. And if you quit, or not if you quit, if you fail, persevere. Learn from people who can actually fucking support you. Okay, not from people who don't have experience with what you're going through, or people who can't give you the space to grow and learn. Okay, so anyways, rant over. Appreciate you all, love you all. Go Lakers. Hey, congrats Lakers. Go Dodgers. Yeah, anyways, I hope this video supported you. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end here. If you don't have a copy of my book and you're at this part of the video, please message me. Either email me or DM me on Instagram. The links will be in the description. I would love to send you a free copy of my book. Just as a thank you, as well as you're obviously someone who's interested in my content and wanting support in this area, and so I wrote that book a couple years ago for people exactly like you, and I'm more than happy to send you a free copy. Just it's the least I can do for the fucking world, right? If I die tomorrow, I'll feel good knowing that I helped one person out, right? So yeah, anyways, appreciate you all, love you all. Until the next video, peace. Peace. I didn't like that little soft version. Let me read. Until next video, peace. What the hell was that?
Cinnamon water mixed with marijuana, caramel and honey, apple berry nana. Got that cinnamon water mixed with marijuana, caramel and